Welcome back. Sitting around and I was trying to think, well, I want to kind of do a video today and I couldn't figure out on what. And I came in here in my makeup room and I was digging around and I saw this and then I remembered this. I don't know if you guys have seen these, but this is Jaclyn Hill, which I know you guys have seen. She's been in so much of the spotlight. This is her first palette. Now, Morphe gets, or at least they used to, had their shadows private labeled from Crown. This is a palette from Crown. Look familiar? Let me show you them next to each other. Look familiar? They're not totally identical, but damn near. I will tell you that this one was, I think, $14, and this one was more. Anyway, I figured since the Miss Jaclyn Hill loves to just put herself out there in the limelight to be trash talked. I'm not going to trash talk her, but let's have a little fun. These are damn near identical, as you guys have seen. I mean, there's a tiny bit of difference in a couple of them. Now that I'm really looking at them, there's not, like this one's a little lighter than that, which it should have been. This one's a little lighter. It's mainly in these, in the top line, these two colors, but these two look identical in hers, which I never understood. But the rest of them are pretty much identical. So how about this? Let's play around with some makeup today. Not going anywhere, so I have plenty of time to fart around. And so difficult to lay these two huge palettes out in front of me, but I'm going to do it. And we are going to do a comparison. Let's see how these work. I will put down in the info box for you guys the exact price for the palettes, since I don't have it in front of me, so you guys can kind of do a estimated cost if you are in the market for getting one of these palettes, or if you just want to look and say, hey, I can't believe they really did people like that. But alrighty, let me grab a couple of things and I'll be right back. Well, I planned on being gone like 2 minutes, and I was gone for quite a while. But it is what it is. I'm still trying to get organized here, guys. I planned on having my brows done and everything, but you know, it's crazy that they're coming out with all these dupes of stuff. I'm gonna do my brows just real quick while I chit chat. But it's like almost makes you wonder, and I know a lot of you girls have told me about Bad Habit Beauty, which I have tried them thanks to you guys, and I do enjoy them. I wish somebody said they make a dupe of Pat McGrath, but I went on their site and I looked and I didn't really see that. I don't call them dupes. Like, basically, I just look at them as kind of inspired by, because if you're looking for a dupe, you're probably gonna leave yourself very disappointed. Because a lot of I've tried a lot of products that people called dupes, and they weren't necessarily dupes, but they were, I would say, inspired by, because they're very closely resembling you know, the product, but not exact. Well, don't you love when your products are dried out? So I'll use this one. This is my, this is L'Oreal, and this is very comparable when we're talking about dupes to the Touche and Lat by, Lancome, no, by YSL, and that's their little concealer type pen. It's almost the exact same thing. It's a highlighter concealer type pen. Mine's kind of dried out right now, but mine's almost empty. I use this when you see me do these crazy looks. I don't know if you follow me on Instagram, But I have on my Instagram a very interesting, speaking of my Tosha Lat, I'm just going to go ahead and grab it. It's almost the same thing. Say it's even very close to the same color. Except for the L'Oreal one was dried out and this one is not. And I like how this one clicks instead of twist. But, here we go. I do kind of go ham with concealer on my eyes when I'm doing a colorful look. Which I think I'm going to do something kind of colorful. I don't have to really worry about this being wearable, because I'm not going anywhere. And if I do, actually I need to go to the bank, but if I go, I can go through the drive-thru, or I can wash my face. Because I want to do something a little different. So that's what we're going to do. And if you notice, I have really been enjoying this sponge since I got it. This is a Sephora brand sponge, and I just love that curve to it right there. It makes it where you can see it fits perfect up to the eye. It's a little harder if you see I turn it over and go this way under my eyes, but it fits right up under there, and I love it. So let's see what we can do with this. I swear I'm gonna lose my mind one day. If you have not tried these are from Costco, and they're Kirkland brand wipes. They are awesome. I use these things like crazy. I had to grab it out because somehow this got black eyeshadow on it, and I dipped my finger into the area, and when I went to go wash my hands, I had black eyeshadow all over my hand, and that's all you need when you're trying to do an eyeshadow look is filthy hands. Anyway, okay. So let's get to it with this. I'm not going to really worry about, which brush is which and that. It doesn't make a whole lot of difference because I make sure pretty much all the product is off of it. As long as you just make sure you don't cross which eye you're doing which, because I'm going to try to do the same look on each eye. And the only hard part I'm going to have is this very first step, and that's with using a transition shade, because they are a little different. Now I am not setting my concealer. I'm just going ahead in. This is the one color you're going to see a little difference, I think. And of course the Jaclyn Hill set is a little more used, where this one's brand new. I am dusting off the product. In between I would say I had something fancy, but I'm taking the bottom of my shirt and just dusting it when I switch over, and just tapping it off onto here. I need to get a new mirror, because this mirror is really it makes it so difficult to look at you guys. My taller mirror is over here and I cannot get to it. If you've seen my makeup room, which I know many of you guys have been asking me to do a makeup room tour, I plan on it, but it is so difficult for me to get much done. My health has really been kicking my ass. I am finding that color is different. This one has a little more of a kind of pinky undertone to it than this one than the other one. Actually, I tapped into another one over here there's like 3 colors that are almost identical in these palettes, so there we go. Alrighty. Now, and my favorite brush, of course, I washed last night, so I think it's still wet, but that's alright. We'll figure this out. Now, I'm going to deepen this up. I need to check over here, because I'm trying to, some of these colors, right in here, are off just a tad. The rest of them are pretty much right on. Yeah, the other ones are right on. Plus, I have the palette sitting different, I just noticed. That's why. Let me set these the same. Alright. Just gonna kind of find a color that's kind of similar to what I'm looking for here to deepen this up. See, some of them are different. Not really like drastically different, but a little bit. Oh, this one's not. I'm gonna grab this kind of burgundy tone, and I'm gonna grab ever so little bit right here just to deepen up that small area of the crease right there. These are easy to tell because one, this has a mirror, but you see this is iridescent and hers is just silver. But what I'm grabbing is this color right here, this burgundy color. It looks very deep in the pan and it is pretty dark, but when you grab it real light on a brush like that, this is still a fluffy brush. This is an M518, and I'm lifting up my brow, so with my hooded eyes, when I sit it back down, it's helping to kind of conceal that down in there. There we go. I'm just gonna brush that. What I like to do is put it on with the tip, and then I will tilt the brush up, and I will use like these sides. If you see these tapered, see how the bristles are real tapered here? I'll actually use that part of the brush to get up in there and really just kind of blow that out. It helps to really blend that when you've got an area like that. You can also do some little circles. Now this color here is taking a little extra to blend out. The reason being is because it is darker and I'm trying to lighten it up enough to use in that area. I do have pretty fair skin, so, but as you see, there is no, I'm not really getting any difference. I'm getting a slight variation of tones, which that happens in colors like this. I picked up a little bit more over here, but I'm actually finding that the crown side is a little easier. See, I'm cleaning off in here between. Finding it's a little easier to blend. I'm going to go a little darker. I'm going to build that up a little bit more in there. I want a nice dark little ledge for that. I'm going with a totally different kind of color palette than I would normally do. I know you're seeing tans and kind of skin tone colors. And you're thinking, what are you talking about? You always use colors like this. I'm going to be bringing some blues in here in just a second. But I want that to really kind of pop right there. Now you saw me, I go from that eye to this eye. I didn't have any extra product on it. I'm just kind of tapping that in a little harder. I keep forgetting to tap it off, but for the most part, they're the same colors, you know, so, and they're reacting very similar here. I am finding that this side, the crown side is blending so much more effortlessly. Do you see that? There we go. Okay, now what are we gonna do? I'm gonna grab a different brush. I just went through all my brushes. This is a Morphe E36. It's just a little, it's kind of a tapered, almost a pencil brush, but it's a little fluffier. I'm gonna grab that, and I'm thinking of bringing this, I'm gonna bring this blue tone right here. This, well, it's kind of a teal, that teal color right there. I want to try to bring that in. I hope that doesn't with this red kind of clash, but I think it'll be okay. I probably should have went with that darker. You know what? I am, but now I'm going to have to plop this. I'm grabbing the other side's palette and just put a little bit in there. Let me grab a fluffy brush and just kind of blend that out. Oh, what happened here? So my camera died. Anyway, where were we? For you, it seems like just a few seconds. For me, it feels like freaking eternity, because I wouldn't watch TV and charge my phone for like about 30 minutes. So it's got a little bit of a charge, enough to do what we were doing. I'm going to cut the crease on this at least halfway, because I want it to show up a little better, some of the colors, because I want to use that teal and I want it to look very vibrant. I started to use it before and it just, I want a little more kick out of it. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut the lid and I'll be right back. It takes me absolutely forever to cut my crease, because as you see, my crease goes way the hell up there. Anyway, all right, now I am going to grab a kind of smaller brush. This is the M506 brush, and I'm going to deepen up that that reddish color that we used, that kind of maroon color here, the one we used right here, and I'm just going to deepen up that kind of intensity that I lost. There we go. I have to keep paying attention, make sure I grab the right palette. They look identical except for the holographic, iridescent, whatever you want to call it, look to it. And what color? Oh, we grabbed this one here. I'm going to just soften up that edge right there on that. Now I'm going to go back and blend this out a little better, but I do want to make sure to deepen this. I want this deepened up right here a little more on both sides. There we go. I think that'll do it. Just a tiny bit more on this side. I have to clean the brush. Go back, clean the brush. I don't have a lot. Oh, whoops, I almost caught myself. Okay, I had to switch. I caught myself doing that, but I wanted to bring that down like I did on this side. There we go. Now, if you see with my eye closed how high up and how weird shaped I had to cut that, but when you look, I relax my eye. See, I relax my eye. That's how my eye sits. My eyes sit, and they sit very different. This one is way more hooded than this one. Crazy, huh? Okay, now I want to go in and I want to use that kind of teal color. And I'm going to do that with a flat kind of packer brush. This one here will work. This is a Crown 510 brush. That's that there. And it's just a flat packer brush. I'm going to pick up that that teal color, the matte teal color. I think this is the one that's called Pool Party on Jaclyn Hill's palette. And I want to pack that right there. I was a little hesitant about using these colors together. You know what? I wasn't going to. That's right. I was going to switch that. Damn it. Let me go ahead and, since I just have that little bit, I wanted to do the blue instead of the teal. That's right. Let me just kind of, there we go. I'm just going to grab a tiny bit of concealer right there. Cover that up. I meant to go into the blue because originally I was going to do the teal and then I changed my mind. So let's just kind of have a do-over. You know, it's so hard when you try to get creative and you try to do different things all the time with your makeup, and especially when you're doing it for YouTube or any, you know, anybody watching you for that matter. This just has some MAC setting powder, just the regular MAC setting powder. I grabbed a little bit. Let me get that off there. Now, I wanted to go in with this. I'm going to go in with this blue color right here. That kind of navy blue color. And I'm going to eventually kind of soften that up, but I want to go pretty hefty right now. I'm just going to pat that color in. This is the Jaclyn Hill side. Just so you know, You know, since it's so pigmented, I don't know if you saw that, but I had to really, really go in. I have to really kind of force that off the brush. And this is the blue color, but it's looking a little, it's kind of looking purple. But that's cool because that's kind of how I wanted it. Now, don't worry about the edge. I'm going to be cleaning that up. There we go. Trying to keep Jaclyn Hills on one side and crowns on the other. There we go. I kind of got it. There we go. I will tell you, this color lays down so much better than the Morphe. I don't know if you saw how that just right on just went on there. I didn't have to really force it. I didn't have to dip back in, even though I did, just to pick up some more because I want that on there pretty heavy on the outer corner. There we go. Let me fix the other side up to where I want it. Kind of hard to go back and forth with a dark color. I probably should have grabbed another packer brush, but that's all right. I want to get that line up about to there on both sides. Trying to make sure it's even. Now, if you paid attention on my channel, you'll notice that I tend to kind of work like almost like an angle, like, see? So I can bring more of the front lid space of a lighter color. Clean that off. This brush is gonna need to be cleaned when I'm done. Like that. And the reason why I do that is so I can have the darker color in the back, but bring that lighter color to give me more lid space because I don't have a lot of lid space. Clean that off. And now I'm going to go into the purple, the one that's right next to that blue. I'm going to bring that and I'm going to come right over the edge of that and just kind of pat that on. And I'm bringing it over a little more, but I'm also working it over top of the blue. There we go, see? I'm just going to put a little more of that, but I'm not really liking how that is. I'm not liking the tone of that. For some reason with this blue, it seems like it took the vibrancy from that blue away. So what I should have done is use that to deepen up right over here. And that's actually what I'll do. I'm still going to bring that there though. But I'm going to deepen up the top part of that right there. Oh, there we go. Oh. So hard to remember to change. All right, now I gotta bring this to here. There we go. There we go. Just kind of framing that up. I'm just trying to do something a little different. I'm trying to utilize a lot of these colors too. I'm gonna grab this little brush here. Actually, that's not the one yeah, that'll work. Because this has no product on it. I'm just gonna use that to kind of soften this up a little bit. There we go. Kind of soften that up. There we go. I'm gonna go ahead and just let these two colors blend together real well. In actuality, I'm going to pick up some more of that blue because I'm liking this blue a lot better. And just put it right on over that purple. We're not going to lose the purple, but I'm liking the brighter tone of that blue. I'll clean that off. Let me get it nice and cleaned off so I can come over here and do the same thing on the edge. Kind of smudge that out. I'm going to go ahead and bring that under because it's under on this side. There we go. And I'm going to do the same, pick up the blue and kind of just pat that onto there. Just deepen that up a little bit more. There we go. I am going to clean this up with a makeup wipe underneath because I don't want that far down because I'm going to really work some different colors onto that bottom lash line. Which actually, I can go ahead. I'm going to take, this is a BH Cosmetics number 5 brush. If you haven't tried BH Cosmetics for their brushes, they are amazing. I'm going to dip into that blue And I'm going to go ahead and get that close to that lash line right there. There we go. Kind of crisp that up because I am going to wipe that off. Clean that off. I'm going to go into this blue. Same thing. There we go. Because I want it right up against that lash line. There we go. There is, surprisingly, there's not a ton of fallout, but I do have a lot of fallout. I am getting more fallout from the Jaclyn Hill side than I am from the crown side. If you're somebody that doesn't like fallout, me personally, I don't care. Fallout doesn't bother me. You know, as long as it has good pigment, I don't care. It's just a matter of how I'll put my makeup on before when it comes to that. Alright, now I'm going to take this, let me see. Yep, I'm going to take that champagne pinky. It's kind of, well, it's more pink. I'm going to take this color right here. Pick that up on this BH Cosmetics number 4 brush. I'm not sure what set this is from. I don't remember at the moment, but I'm going to grab some Fix Plus and spray it on there just lightly. Jaclyn Hillside, right? Yeah. Just lightly. Now, if you are kind of like me and you don't like to get Fix Plus into your shadows, keep in mind that it's only your matte shadows that it'll really mess up. Your most of your shimmer shadows have a allotted amount of moisture to them, and it doesn't really bother them. But I'm patting that in really well into lid and working it down there along the front part as well. There we go. Kind of letting that blend with that blue color and almost make its own kind of color right there. There we go. I am going to use something right there to clean that up. There we go. Let me clean that up. And I'm going to grab the equivalent on this side, which is this one here. Same thing. I'm gonna spray some Fix Plus. Actually, I picked up a little too much of that. There we go. There we go. It just wasn't sitting on the right. I do this a lot where I'll pick up some and just place it on my hand like that, where I can kind of work with it. That way you don't get so much Fix Plus mixed into your palette. There we go. Kind of tighten that up. Let me spray that again. I am finding that the crown side is a little drier when it comes to that pink color. I'm feeling like I'm having to really, there it goes. I think I'm almost having to take an extra layer off the top. Alright. I'm going to clean one side of it. I still have that, a little bit of that on the other side because I don't want to completely clean it, but I'm going to pick it up over here on this side where that side is the crown. This is the Jaclyn Hill, and I'm going to work that right here. Here we go. I think I'm done with this color though, so let me flip that over. Whoop, flip that over to this side and just kind of, there we go. Now I'm going to clean all of the product off of this so I can just kind of tidy this up a little bit. I'm going to flip it over and kind of clean it up over here. Okay. Now I wish there was like a kind of, it's not really what I want. I want kind of something in between, like a lavender kind of purpley color. You know what? I'm going to take this purple. I'll show you what I'm doing. I'm taking this purple here, and I'm going to pick up this color. I don't want to get in. I'm going to pick some of this up right here on the other side. Pick the purple up, and I'm going to get that on my hand here, and I'm just going to kind of work those together. Basically, I'm kind of making my own kind of shimmery shade that I'm wanting, and spray just a little bit of Fix Plus on my hand. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing here. I'm making like almost like a liquid eyeshadow is kind of what I'm making. because I don't have the color that I want. I'm wanting to stick to this palette. There we go. Now I'm going to have to work that kind of fast. There we go. See, that just really helped me blend between those two colors there. Now this is really wet, so I'm going to clean this off using a makeup wipe. Clean the back of my hand as well. And I'm going to go back into that pink shade and just kind of clean that little edge up right there. See how I just kind of used that to blend that off a little bit? Because I wasn't really getting... I'm not really getting a blend like I'm wanting. I'm wanting those two kind of colors to marry together, and they're not doing it the way I'm wanting. I'm going to grab a little bit of that blue and just kind of, there we go. There, that's working. I'm going to do that on this side. Clean that off. I'm going to grab that purple and grab that color on this side. Grab those together. I'm not going to get them, I'm going to do them on this side a little. There we go. Just a little different. They're kind of coming out the same though. And then grab that blue and pat it in there. There we go. Now I'm going to use this makeup wipe. Wrap my finger so I can clean up underneath. It's so hard with hooded eyes to get this how you want it, because if you pull too hard on your eye, your hood's gonna really just discombobulate the whole thing. Here we go. But if you have fingernails, you can kind of use your nail up underneath the makeup wipe and clean that up. There we go. See the difference in how that's looking? I'm going to do the same thing over here. This side's a lot harder for me to do because this eye is hooded a lot different. This eye is heavily hooded where the other one is just slightly hooded. I have a very hard time getting my eyeshadows even because of that. If you find yourself having the same problems, you just you gotta kind of almost treat them like they're their own, you know, project, and do your eye the best you can, really. I am going to grab a flat brush again. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and grab my, I don't even think this, yeah, it does. This is a 432. Is it? Yeah, 432. This is a flat, like, liner brush. And I'm going to grab that blue color and just stamp into it. And I'm going to stamp that, kind of stamp and pat right along that edge and up a little bit. Clean that off, and I'm going to stamp into the Jaclyn Hill side. Same thing. Now, with this eye, I always have to remember to really practice relaxing that eye, because when I pull it up, see how it changes the shape? When I pull that eye up, it changes that shape so much. There we go. Not half bad, huh? Okay. Now, I'm really want to work on this lower lash line. And I'm going to do that with this little brush. Where'd it go? I need like a little detailer brush. Here it is. This is the Morphe 213 brush. It's just a little teeny flat brush like that. Clean that off. I'm going to go into that blue color and into that kind of champagne-y color to where I've got both of them kind of lighten up together. And I'm just going to kind of work that blue over. Now I'm going to clean it off, and I'm going to work that pink color and work that all the way over. There we go. Which one was that? That one. There we go. And work that up. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Blue with a little bit of that champagne color. The reason why I'm grabbing a little bit of it, just to make it a tiny bit metallic down here. Just to kind of give it a little sheen. And I'm going to go right into this pink color. And we did the inner part of the lid with. There we go. And the inner corner. And there we go. honestly, I don't see any difference between these shadows. I'm going to grab this color right here. This one, I'm going to grab this right here. These are, both of these have a lot of fallout. I will tell you that. I'm going to close that one up because I'm finished with that. And I'm going to just highlight the brow bone right there just a tiny bit. Clean that off and go into this one over here. Same thing. And just lightly highlight that brow bone. Just a little bit. There we go. There we go. And I'm going to finish my makeup and I'll be right back. And I am back. I put a little black eyeliner in my waterline, which was the Smashbox as always. And I used the Thrive mascara. Look at these lashes. These like are incredible. I hate falsies, and the reason why I do is because they're so hard on your real lashes, and I have long real lashes. But this is only one coat. I can really bump these up more. It's like every coat that you put on these, look how long they get. They get longer. I wanted to put a second coat on in front of you guys so you could kind of see. That's kind of dried. I waited too long. But you can see those they almost look like false eyelashes, and they give you curl, which is amazing. But I really cannot tell a difference in the look of these eyeshadows. Now the price, totally different. This is the Jaclyn Hill one that did not have the coating. This is the first run of them. Now this has the more shiny, and you get, granted it's small, but I mean it counts. They give you a nice, and it's a glass mirror. They give you a nice little mirror with that. I don't want to blind you, but they give you a nice little mirror with that. And honestly, I like the way these blend a little better. They're probably the same. Crown is known for doing a private labeling for a lot of companies, and I wouldn't doubt if that's one of them. But thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Sorry this ran on so late, but have a wonderful day. Thank you for watching. Bye.